So it seems like sometimes it's when I want to give a little break that something amazing happened or something really good happened to the Big Brother show. And I'm going to fix that because what? Well, the thing is, I got to see this once and I like the fact that I did. So guys, in this video, there's going to be a few things being said. The fact that Omashola is trying to educate Ilebaye spiritually. And are we saying that Ike is back to himself, trying out new sabotage methods? And then, what's her name? Venita. I've said I'll stop saying what's her name or what's his name. I need to stop that thing. Oh, Venita was instigating or pushing Cross to say his truth, and probably she was also trying to sabotage Cross's relationship and friendship with Ilebaye. Now guys, there's some more I'm going to relate to you in this particular video, so please watch the video till the end. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell button to for notification on every post I make. Don't forget to share, comments down below, and also share this video. This might seem little to you, but it means a lot to me. Thank you. So today's task before the wager task, was it the wager task? I just know that today's task before the wager task is organized by Titus Sardine. The housemates are going to go on a cookathon or cooking competition. They're going to have, now the rules is that they're going to have 2 chefs, and those chefs will go into the garden, and that's where they're going to compete. They will see the ingredients and the things made available to use for the cooking, and they will be judged based on timing, fastest timing, presentation, creativity, taste, and one other thing. Now this was nice to hear, but then not only did we see Ike coming back to himself, but he has decided he's going to work on his sabotage game. Now, what do I mean by this? We saw where he was having a conversation with, I think, Venita and 2 other people. There's a guy there and then another girl. And he was talking about how it seems like they are the ones who are going to be the judges. Like a number of housemates who are in different groups are going to be judges for each meal. They indicated that they're going to tell their cooks to, indicate a letter in their meals, so that when that food comes to their table, they would recognize their own food, and they would get to, no matter how sweet or nice or presentable it is, they're going to give it the best score, and the other ones, they're going to neglect and give them low scores. I'm like, okay, this is nice, but there we can see the selfishness in it. Moving on from that, now we see the housemates all seated in the lounge and waiting for their group to be called or something, right? And then we notice how Ilebaye navigated towards Omashola. Maybe she's trying to bond better with the other new housemates, which is a good thing. But then she's telling him about a dream she had, and that, the dream hasn't left her mind. She is feeling weird, and it's like she cannot even recall it completely. And that, does he even make her a witch? He was laughing. I was asking her, how would he know? But one thing he knows is that when you dream, it is another world you're experiencing. That is why sometimes it comes off like a deja vu. It's like you've experienced it before, but you cannot remember when or how, but you can just feel like this is something I've lived a little bit. So I know 1 or 2 things about this. He went on to tell her that, that's why when you're dreaming and you notice that you rush to the bathroom to, pee or poo, and then so people actually wake up and see that they've, soiled themselves on their bed or the position of sleeping they were on. And he went on to also add that that is also why some people get to dream that somebody's chasing them or choking them or fighting them, and then they wake up and they're struggling to breathe. They're struggling to get out of the hold or the chokehold of that person. Most times it comes to the faces of people or people you don't know, people who are your enemies or people who are your friends, but it's like an experience that has a sense of relationship in the physical that you live in. Omashola obviously didn't end there. He went on to talk about that's why movies like Doctor Strange, that's why movies like the series Stranger Things give an opening into that kind of thing. Like you see that the world you're in and the world you wear in the dream are like a replica of each other, but they signify different things. They are a little bit tweaked and stuff like that. That's why when you experience something that you're experiencing here, I'm like, Omashola, He has gotten, like, I remember when housemates said he has changed. He told some of them that he's now a born again. He's turned from his evil ways or the way he was before. And then I think Angel, or was it Neo Prince, I was asking him, okay, when did you get born again? He was like he has always been born again, but he took it seriously recently. So I'm seeing where that is really coming from. And then moving on to the main piece of this particular gist. To be very clear, there are at least 1, 2, 3, or 4 ladies in Big Brother's house that I find as instigators and, saboteurs, right? That's the word. Oh my God. So one of them is Venita, the other is CeeC, and another is Mercieke. I'll still talk about the others. And why I say this is because they easily find ways to get into other people's business, throw in their opinions in the bid to sway that person you're talking to, the person gets attention from the person they have interest in, and just spoil everything that those 2 or 3 are building. And that's what she did this morning. Earlier today, right? She was in the kitchen. There was Cross, and then there was she. It's like a conversation, but it felt as though it was like an intervention, right? And then here was Venita talking about like Cross, that stuff you did last night. It was crazy. Like, how would you be sharing saliva with that mouth? And when she was saying that mouth, she was referring to Ilebaye. Yes. And I'm like, of all things you would refer to somebody as, it is that mouth. Like, couldn't you find courtesy and a sense of little bit of respect in what you're saying? But of course, she said that mouth, and she was referring to Ilebaye. And then she went on to refer to add that you sharing that when you know that there is Kim Opera and she's interested in you, I hope you know it's going to intervene and interfere and, drop your vibe with her. And Cross was like, yeah, exactly. He knows that Kim Opera is someone he wants to pursue something with, but that he regrets the kiss with that mouth. He's going to dispose that mouth. He's just only playing a game for views with that mouth. I'm like, Cross, come on. This is the Ilebaye you claim to care about, even if it's not love or relationship. But don't sound like that towards somebody. At least the fact that you guys are vibing together, there should be a sense of respect and value. But of course, after that conversation ended, he went on to, add that he knows that at the moment, Pere and Kim Opera Pere, they also have interest in each other. He's just going to find a way to break that out, since he knows that even before the show, these 2 had something going on. All I really care about is that I'm disappointed that Cross would say such a thing of another person. Talk more, what's her name, Ilebaye. Anyways, we didn't hear Biggest Parrot say anything last night. We're expecting that we're going to see some things relate tonight, I believe after the wager task or before the wager task. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to give you updates on that and more. So if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell button, beside for notification on every post I make. I'll see you on the next one.